Hello and welcome to Select 10. Today, we'll review the most recent blockbusters from Hollywood that have recently premiered on Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and Disney+. This suggestion covers some of the top brand new epic action, fantasy, comedy, and horror films that you should watch. Also a friendly reminder that the availability of these films on the mentioned streaming services may differ depending on the area. And do let us know in the comments how many of the films on this list you've seen, as well as any new films you've seen that we might have missed adding to this list. Now let's start the video. Number 10. Kandahar. It is a 2023 action film directed by Rick Roman Waugh. The story follows Tom Harris, a secret agent for the CIA, who is tasked with sabotaging a nuclear experimental plant. But when Tom's mission is a success, he meets with his CIA handler, who offers him more money for a new mission in Afghanistan. Hesitant at first, Tom took the job and embarked on a mission, but a sequence of unfortunate occurrences made Tom and the translator he hired the targets of secret agencies, and they must eventually face those who are after them. But after his objective in Afghanistan is revealed, they become trapped in a dangerous area and are forced to battle opposing soldiers to get to a Kandahar rescue point. The action, including the beautifully shot car chases throughout deserts and a chopper fight, builds to its epic climax. If you've seen the recent blockbuster hit movie, The Covenant, this one will appear similar to that one and have enough suspenseful drama and action to be worth seeing. Number 9. My Fault. It is a 2023 romance drama film directed by Domingo Gonzalez. The story follows Noah, who rejects living in a home overshadowed by wealth. But as soon as she connects with Nick, their opposing strong character traits collide, and Noah quickly learns that Nick is hiding a lifestyle of fighting, betting, and streetcar racing, exactly the life she has constantly fled from. Despite the difference that separates them, both people start to sense an undeniable connection that turns into love. But their personal lives and their growing relationship were pushed to the limit by Nick's chaotic past and Noah's troubled background. Despite the film's cliched romance, you will be kept engaged by its passable action and few race scenes, particularly the ending car chase sequence, which adds temporary interest. It is an average film in terms of entertainment and might not appeal to everyone, but if you liked movies like After We Fell, then you might enjoy this one. Number 8. Kathal, a jackfruit mystery. It is a satirical comedy drama film directed by Yashowardhan Mishra. The entire movie revolves around two kinds of jackfruit that vanish from a tree in the backyard of a neighborhood politician's home in a tiny village. The story focuses on police officer Mahima, who is given the investigation to handle to locate the jackfruit before they are ready to eat. While the gardener is the primary suspect, Mahima discovers an additional matter concerning a missing lady, which appears to have been overlooked since the entire police squad is searching for the jackfruit. After being surprised to learn this, Mahima makes an effort to locate the missing woman by making people believe that she is the one who stole jackfruit. However, Mahima struggles as mysteries unravel and attempts to handle the high-profile jackfruit issue while still investigating the missing girl incident. The main tease of the mystery revolves around the connection between the missing jackfruit and the girl, and it manages to be humorous and satirical while still being enjoyable without being overly serious. This is for you if you want to see a superb mystery and a fun comedy. Also, the film has English audio available. Number 7. Brooklyn, 45. It is a 2023 supernatural thriller film directed by Ted Geoghegan. The story revolves around 5 retired soldiers who had gathered for drinks at the residence of their close companion, Clive, to console him during his time of grief over the tragic death of his wife. But after being forced to participate in an unplanned paranormal ritual, the group interacts with a spirit and learns that they weren't familiar with one another in the same way they thought. During the incident, they find themselves stuck in the living room and forced through one final challenge, in which they must resort to whatever means are needed to flee the horrors they have released, which disclose everyone's secret desires. This movie's main flaw is that it occasionally feels too slow, weakening its truly unique premise. It is also unsuitable for those who want to watch classic horror films, but if you want to see something different, you might enjoy this one, as it offers more than the usual twists and paranormal scares that we have witnessed numerous times already. Number 6. Fast 10. It is an action-adventure film directed by Louis Leterrier. Although there are numerous downsides to the most recent Fast and Furious movies, there is no denying that they provide pure entertainment, and the initial Fast and Furious movies are unquestionably the greatest car racing movies ever made. Fast and Furious 10 is the follow-up to F9, 2021, and the franchise's 11th overall film. Yes, you might not understand everything in the movie if you haven't seen the previous movies, but it is irrelevant if you just want to enjoy the film's car action scenes. And for those who love this series, Fast 10 features Dom in yet another adventure where he has to defend his family and his crew against Dante Reyes, who is out for blood after losing his family's wealth and his father. The narrative makes it clear who Dante Reyes is by giving a flashback from Fast 5 and outlining his history. The film contains a few unexpected cameos and brand new characters that you won't see coming, and similar to earlier movies, it has top-notch action that gives you plenty of thrills. However, unlike earlier movies, the story in this one is inconsistent and less engaging, which may turn off even fans. Overall, though, fans of this franchise shouldn't miss it. Number 5. Nefarious. It is a 2023 horror thriller film directed by Chuck Konzelman and Carrie Solomon. The story follows Edward, an imprisoned serial killer, who gets a mental health assessment the day before his planned execution. Dr. James Martin is called in to conduct the evaluation, and as he commences his questioning, Edward confesses that he is under the control of a demonic being named Nefarious, who goes on to say that Martin would carry out 3 murders during their session. Initially doubting Edward's statements, Martin eventually begins to believe them as the demon's facts become more precise. Nevertheless, Martin's judgment will determine Edward's fate, because if Martin determines that Edward is insane, he will be saved. If Martin determines that Edward is fine, he will be put to death. In order to discover the truth, Martin must arrive at a crucial and consequential judgment that relies on his expert analysis, as the significance of Nefarious' statements rises and Edward's survival hangs in his hands. The story is fascinating and a little different from what we typically see in horror flicks. The acting was excellent, and the plot had multiple twists and turns that will keep you interested the entire time. The plot alternates between a suspenseful thriller and a horror film, but it was still an amazing watch. Number 4. FLAMIN Hot. It is a 2023 biographical comedy drama film directed by Eva Longoria. It's an unbelievable story of Richard Montes, who grew up as a dedicated youngster and experienced problems in his teenage years before landing in the world of crime. However, the course of his life transforms when he ultimately gets a position at Frito-Lay and persuades the company's CEO, Roger Enrico, to test his flavored Cheetos. This movie is based on the real-life events of Richard Montes, a Frito-Lay janitor who revolutionized the snack industry by using his Mexican ancestry to transform Flamin' Hot Cheetos from a snack to a famous brand of worldwide popular culture. The movie focuses on the instances when Richard Montanez had the inspiration for Flamin' Hot Cheetos and how quickly his invention revived Frito-Lay. The narrative shows his rise to success, his co-workers' support and appreciation, and how he came to hold the position of head of global marketing. This movie certainly isn't for everyone, it's just for people who like inspirational true story movies. Flamin' Hot is simply satisfactory, with compelling performers and an energetic narrative that has plenty of spirit. Number 3. Black Clover, Sword of the Wizard King. It is an animated fantasy adventure film directed by Ayataka Tanimura. This film is a part of the Black Clover animated show, but it is not connected to it, therefore, you can view it without watching the show. The story follows rivals, Asta and Yuno, who battle a number of dangerous opponents to demonstrate their strength in the face of hardship and pursue their goal of becoming the greatest Wizard King. But to achieve their dream, they must face Conrad Leto, Julius Navachrono's predecessor as Wizard King, who has been raised from the dead with the intention of using the Imperial Sword to raise the 3 most dangerous wizard rulers in past history and seize control of the Clover Kingdom. The film presents an entirely fresh narrative focused on the magician lords of past eras, making it an excellent place to start for beginners to jump into the enchanted world of Black Clover. Even if you are new to this story, you won't miss anything. The film contains fantastic battles and stunning animation that you will definitely enjoy. Number 2. Extraction 2. It is an action thriller film directed by Sam Hargrave. If you haven't seen Part 1 of The Extraction, do it before this one, because Part 2 starts shortly, following Rake's narrow escape from the previous film's events. In the second installment, Rake makes a comeback as the Black Operations Commando, who has been assigned to yet another risky mission, where he has to enter one of the world's most lethal prisons to save the wounded family of a violent gangster. However, when things get heated during the extraction and the gangster perishes in the chaos, his extremely brutal brother chases Rake and his companions to Sydney in an effort to exact revenge. In addition to this, there are a few secondary plots that go deeper into Rake's background and story, boosting the growth of his character. Overall, Extraction 2 ups the stakes from the first film, and the big highlight is an astonishing 15-minute-long jail breakout sequence and plenty of jam-packed, insane action scenes, which are phenomenal and give off a ton of adrenaline. It is without a doubt among the top action films of 2023 so far, and a must-see on our list. Number 1. Avatar: The Way of Water. This science fiction epic does not need an introduction, and I doubt that anyone who enjoys watching films has not seen it. But if you're one of the few, here's a quick rundown of what the film is about. The movie is set in a distant future, where Earth's minerals have been exhausted, and human armies attempt to extract precious resources from an alien planet named Pandora. Navi-human mutants known as avatars are used by biologically matched human researchers to learn more about Pandora. The main plot follows Jake Sully, a paralyzed ex-Marine who recovers movement thanks to one such avatar and develops feelings for a Navi woman. But as his love for her deepens, he finds himself forced into a conflict to defend Pandora against human forces seeking to plunder its wealth. The second film takes place over 15 years after what happened in the first film, with Jake Sully, the chief of the Amaticaya clan, raising his family with Neytiri. However, when human forces resurface to colonize Pandora, Jake battles with them and goes to great lengths to protect his family and tribe. The film's amazing battle sequences and Beyond the Limits fantasy universe are its main draws, although the main plot is essentially the same as the first one with some new side stories that hint at much more epic stories in future films, and it's a James Cameron film, so that's sufficient reason to see it. That's it for today. Thank you for watching this video. And do subscribe our channel to see more videos related to movies and series suggestions.